I feel privileged to have a faithful conversation with an eminent person who is an active environmentalist and a lawyer by profession. We are lucky to have Advocate Harish Vasudevan as a part of Edusprings Season 2. Sir, we welcome you.
Thank you.
Shall we start then?
Yeah.
So here's my first question. Most of the students opt for medical and engineering courses as soon after they complete their school education. A majority are reluctant to opt for LLB as their career. So, do you think students consider LLB quite trivial?
I think the course and the profession is a bit mistook by the public, especially by seeing films and all. And generally, there is a presumption that only son or daughter of a lawyer can continue in this profession or thrive in this profession. And general public is not aware about the profession and its scope because of this gap, information gap. Engineer and medical field, they can relate to their family members or something like that. But in legal profession, the only thing that they know is practice of law. As a lawyer, as a barrister, as a person who is going to court and come back like that. And mostly, I think there is an element of ethical issue also. How far we can, justify a criminal. These kinds of general problems are there. And so parents also will think that, no, it's a risky area where we can't assure the economic part of career, like an engineer or a doctor. A doctor will definitely get placed somewhere. An engineer will definitely get placed somewhere if he's okay with the course parameters. But a lawyer, there is no government job as such when compared to the other professions like teacher. You can definitely get a government job. But in legal profession, the number of government jobs are very less. You need to stand on your own legs. So that kind of a risk element generally makes this profession a bit scary about that. And therefore parents will, in the first line, the parents will say, no, we'll take something else. So I think that is a problem. And now it is changing because the profession is getting, an opening to the public. People are getting used to the areas and the wider scope of the profession. And it is changing nowadays.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, judiciary has intervened in many cases in the field of education when certain things have been made controversial. Do you think that certain laws should be enacted to safeguard education in the present era?
Education, when we are concerning the education as a right, Constitution itself says, Article 21 says you have a right to life with decency. So right to life with decency includes right to education. Because without education, you cannot be a better person. You cannot be a good citizen. Only if you are having a knowledge about your rights and duties, then only you can become a good citizen with a reputation or with dignity. So in that sense, it was a constitutional right. But when we say it is a constitutional right, nobody is getting it. Because one person is not having a school in his near vicinity, say tribal areas, rural areas of India. We know when there is no electricity, when there is no roads, there is no infrastructure, there is no schools also in their vicinity. So when there are no schools to go, how can a citizen or a son or daughter can get that right? There comes the Right to Education Act. The Parliament enacted Right to Education Act with a motto, with a view to ensure that no child in this country is accepted from the purview of education. So it has become their fundamental right, their statutory right. Correspondingly, state is getting a statutory duty to provide education. So if there is no school, government equipped school in a vicinity, the state has to fund for private schools for providing education. Now it is a mandatory duty of the state to provide education. So a good implementation of the Right to Education Act will solve this problem to a larger extent. I think the financial crisis is there. Government has so many difficulties in bringing the educational infrastructure to the rural areas of this country. because the country is so vast. We have so much of people to handle. So there is some lacuna in between the solution and the problem. But definitely, Right to Education Act will, in a proper implementation of that act, will solve the problem. We don't need a further enactment in the parliament. This would suffice. If there is any amendment is needed, we can do that.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, you're dynamically involved in many social milieus as a part of social reformation. You also established some movements like Owner and One Life Mission. What sort of inspiration made you think about this? And can you explain what's that mission?
When I was a law student, I used to go to NSS camps. You know NSS camps, yeah. In one of the camps, I got a good session on environmental protection. So it touched my heart because till then I was thinking that human beings are very, powerful, who can control the whole earth, who can even control the universe, and the entire system will be directed by his choices. So it is a human-centric approach. That session made me to think otherwise. The natural things are also as powerful as human beings. So in evolutionary process and in the process of sustainable development, the human beings have made some damage to the environment. So if we need to sustain in a better way, in a healthy way, coexisting with other living organisms, we need to have some scientific approach to the natural resources, to our fellow beings, how these natural resources should be distributed. Because as we know, human wants are unlimited and the resources are limited. So if one person takes most of it, some persons will not get it. So this made me to think about environmental protection, and slowly through forest camps, I have attended so many forest camps conducted by Forest Department, even in Malappuram district, Palakkad district, Silent Valley. The Silent Valley camp changed my perspective about wildlife, how they are sustaining very beautifully in the forest area, and the a self-sustained system. If we are not disturbing the system, it will sustain. So that kind of a knowledge made me to think about the protection, and slowly I came to this kind of activism. Why activism? If you ask me, I can say that in some areas, if we kept quiet, some injustice will happen. When this Adirapalli project has come about a hydroelectric power project, like in my area, there is endosulfan, which was a toxic chemical which was being used in the plantations. Only if we say not to do this, then only the state will follow. So every citizen has a duty to speak up if there is an injustice in front of you. So I, especially being a law student, we will be reminded of our rights, and as a citizen we have some duties also. So slowly, when I completed my law degree, I became an activist, and I have taken up environmental matters. First I was a activist, then after enrollment I took my own cases, and now I am taking it forward.
That's an inspirational story.
Sir, why do you think that Kerala needs institutional excellence?
If we see across the globe, the very unique population that has reached every part of this globe is Malayali. We can see a Keralite anywhere in the world. In the sense, if you find one country, you go there, you can find a Malayali there. So Keralites have reached almost all countries in the world. Why? Because we have that kind of a sense of traveling, a sense of conquering the other world, a sense of showing our excellence to other people, a cultural exchange. All these are there in the blood of Keralites. But what we lack is professionalism. In India, Kerala is one of the best states where 99% of the people are literate. They know how to read and write, their name at least. we have an excellent system of education. Like every village of Kerala is having a LP school, UP school, and nearby villages will have a higher secondary school or high school. So we have a good system of public education, and it is mostly not costly. It is very cheap. Government is providing it, or aided schools are providing it. So in Kerala, we can say no family is deprived of education for not having money. So as that, we are a good society. But what we lack is target, a professionalistic approach towards the various areas of life. There, I think Malayali is very, lazy. See, after higher secondary, we are taking some random courses, mostly with the taste of parents. We do not know which area we should prefer. So we will ask our parents. Our parents may not be knowing this. So generally we say doctor, engineer. If these two are not available, then something else. There is no element of professionalism in every aspect of life. A person who is climbing a coconut tree should also be professional. He should come within a time. He should use best techniques to climb on the coconut tree. Techniques are there in the market which he can use without risking his life. These are all there. A combined effect of these two makes him professional. It is applicable to any profession. Being a chef, you can use the best techniques available in the market to reduce your risk, to lessen your effort and increase your productivity. So this is a professional approach where Malayali is lacking. I think what excellence means, as I said in the environmental sector, your resource is very limited. As a human being, you are the resource. Your brain, your body. You have to use these two every day in a better way to make a better effort, to make a better output. So your brain cannot be replaced. Your body cannot be replaced. These two are there for your lifetime. What we can increase for increasing the productivity is your excellence, making your efforts excellent. So that lacuna we need to address, and institutions of excellence or institutions for excellence, for better training, for increasing professionalism is very, very important. If such kind of a training is obtained by a child, the height of that child in his or her career will be different. APJ Abdul Kalam must have got excellent training in his childhood to reach heights, as he always meant. We all quote him for making good dreams. Dreams along with a training will make persons the best. So I seriously believe that institutional training centers for excellence is a mandatory thing for state of Kerala. Other states may not need it because their educational thing is very poor.
Thank you, sir, for being with us, and your informations will be helpful for everyone, and it was a wonderful section. Thank you, sir.
Thank you both of you.